Hello everyone and welcome to another craft video with the Massillon Regional Library. I'm Miss Stephanie, one of the children's librarians, and today we're going to be doing crafts about origami. And we have two projects I'm going to show you how to make today. The first is a star candy box, and then the second one is a lot of fun because you get to do lots of different things with it, is little finger puppets. And what you can do is we do have supplies at your closest Massillon Regional Library branch. And in that pack, you'll get a few things. You'll get instructions for the candy box. You'll get instructions for the finger puppets. You'll get one sheet of origami paper. And you'll get a piece of cardstock. And you'll get copy paper because you can make the candy box out of different things. And the supplies you're going to need for home are crowns and markers, a pencil, a ruler, and some scissors. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on our origami animal finger puppet. The first thing you're going to do is, let me move these aside for a minute. And then you're going to take your paper and you're going to fold the right point of the paper over to the left point of the paper. And then you're going to crease it really well. And then unfold the paper. Then the next step is what you're going to do is you're going to take the bottom corner and move it to the top like this. And remember the important thing about origami is you want to be sure to crease your paper very well. And sometimes it takes a while for you to line it up just right. And usually what I find, if you start in the middle and move out, you usually get a better crease anyway. And so once you've made that crease, you have your triangle here. You're going to take just the top layer. Don't take both pieces, just the top one, and fold it down to the bottom in the middle where the mark is, and then crease it. So it should look like this now. Then we're going to flip our paper over so the point is now at the bottom. And we're going to take our right corner and fold it down to this corner right here, like this. So we're folding it and folding it and creasing it from the top down both sides. And now we have this, you have nice flaps. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put these flaps up. So we're going to create kind of ears. So here's one ear, and here's the other. And you can make them as big or small as you want, but just be sure you have like this space right here, like the line right here, because you'll need that in a minute, because you need to fold both this top and these two sides in some. So we're going to do this one first. And be sure to crease it really well. And it may be a little tricky. I had a little trouble with this step, and I'm actually struggling a little bit with it now. Because you got to keep them flat. And sometimes you just have to hold it with your fingers like this to keep them. And I'm going to let it pop up for a minute. But it should look something like this. You want both the left and the right side folded in, and you want the top pointed down where it meets where the two ears meet. Now, you're going to take the bottom point of your origami piece and you're going to move it all the way to the top, above all the folds that you just made in the last step. And then you're going to fold this in. You may want to use a glue stick if you have one on hand to make it stay. And then flip it over. Or you can just tuck it in like this, whatever you like to do. And then you can take markers and you can just decorate your little puppet. And I'm just going to give mine some eyes, little nose, the little cat. But you can play around with the ears and you can draw whatever you want to make your own animal. You can even make up your own animal. And like, even though you folded the ears before, you could fold them again like this. I just kind of do that or fold it like this. The thing is, it's up to you because it's your animal and you make it how you want to make it. And so that's how you make an origami animal finger puppet. Okay, now here are the materials that you're going to use to make an origami star box. And we have the ruler, the pencil, the scissors, and we gave you a piece of copy paper and cardstock. And I will say the cardstock makes a more durable box, like you can hold heavier candy in it, but the copy paper is easier to fold. So I would recommend starting that when you're learning how to make your box, kind of like a practice. And you can put lighter candy like Jolly Ranchers in it. So I'm just going to put this cardstock aside, and then we're going to take this, and we need to make a square out of our piece of paper first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one corner, and I'm going to put it here, and then I'm going to crease it like we did with the finger puppet. And then you can take the ruler and to draw a straight line. I'm going to do that real quick. And then I'm going to cut along this line to make my square. Alright, so let's move these aside because we're done with our other materials and we just need the piece of paper now. Okay, so what you'll do is you unfold, and then you'll take the bottom corner and you'll move it up. And we're going to crease it too. All right, and then so unfold. Then we're going to make it so it looks like a square again. We're going to take the top, and we're going to fold it all the way to, the bottom. We're going to take it and fold it all the way to the top to make a rectangle. Unfold it. We're going to turn it around, and we're going to fold it up again to make another rectangle. And we're going to unfold it. Okay, so now the next step to do is we're going to make a square base. And to make a square base, we're going to do something called a squash fold. And it sounds kind of funny, and it may take a couple tries to do it, but what you're going to do is you want both the left and the right corners to meet up in the center. And it may take a while to figure out how to do it. Like I'm struggling a little bit with it right now. And maybe you need to crease this a little better. And what you do is I'm going to just crease it up a bit, and then I am going to fold it in and fold this part in too. There we go. I got it. I finally got it. And so now we have another square, and it's going to pop up at you, so let's totally expect that. Make sure you've creased it really good because it's important for when we make the base of our box a little later. So now it's going to look like this. And then what we're going to do is, you see how the flaps are opening at the bottom? We're going to turn the paper around so now they open at the top. And what we're going to do is you're going to take the right corner and just the top flap, not the bottom flap, and you're going to move it to the center. And then we'll crease it. And then we'll take the left point, just the top flap, and move it and crease it again. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip over so we have the square again, and we're going to do the exact same thing to make a kite shape. And then fold it over. Okay, so we have a kite shape. And then we'll, like I said, we need to keep creasing to make sure that it stays well. And then we're going to take the center corner, the center right corner, And we're going to flip it up until it meets the right edge of the paper and crease it. Then we're going to take the center left corner, move it over here, and there we go. I didn't have it quite right the first time. And do that. So then we'll just flip it over and do the same thing again. The center right corner will go line up with the edge like this and crease it. The center left corner will go up to the edge like this. Okay, so once you have that, it will now look like this. You're going to open up your right side and make another smaller kite shape like this right here. And then you'll do the same thing to the left side. Unfold it. And it will look like this. And then flip it over and repeat the steps again. Take this out, the right side up. Flatten it out so it makes a kite shape, a small kite shape. And I'll move my hand so you guys can see it better. And then I'll do the same thing to the left side. Okay, and so then our next step is we're going to, let's see. So it's going to look like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tuck the top flaps behind themselves like this. We're going to take it and we're going to move it behind. So I did that on the right side, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Tuck it under, crease it well, flatten it. So one side is now going to look like this with the two flaps tucked under each other. And then we'll move to this side. We'll tuck it under. And I'm having a little trouble with my top, but that's okay because it's going to take a little bit of practice because this is a little bit trickier than the finger puppet one was. And then here we go. Okay, so make sure these are creased real well because we are about to make our base. And how we do that is we are going to open it very, very carefully. And take a finger, put it in there, and we should get our box shape. Oh, mine's unfolding. Actually, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to fold these sides down, which are going to be our flaps, like the stars I showed you in the box in the first one. So, moving the top to the bottom, and then I'm going to move to the next side and move the top down, crease it, rotate it again, all right, and I had a little bit of trouble doing this. I'm having a little trouble now, but the point is we're going to make 4 points, and so you want to rotate your box so that you pull down all 4 points, and then pull them apart, pull the points out, and then take the finger I'm not quite sure what's happening to my base here. I don't think, oh, I see what I did. Something that I didn't do very well is I did not crease this end well. So my other point is not sticking up. So I'm going to go back and crease it better. So now it's staying up. And so now I have my little origami box that I can put candy in. Alright, I hope you had as much fun as I did making those origami puppets and Starbucks. And I also wanted to just share a couple books with you about origami projects. And before I talk a little about them, I'm just going to know the great thing about origami is you can experiment with different papers, different thicknesses of paper, just to get different results. So if whatever you have around your house, even if it's something like aluminum foil, see if that would work for an origami project. And I got the Star Candy Box project from this book, the Origami Book of Origami, and also they have a lot of other cool projects in here. My other favorite one is you can make a water bomb. And so they have really good instructions in this book, very clear, great pictures, and the other thing I like about it is it's for different skill levels. Like if you're just beginning origami, you can find a project that you'll like in here. But if you want a bit of a challenge, that you're going to find some great projects in here. They have paper flowers, paper decorations, different origami animals. So I'll let you take a peek and hopefully you'll find something you like. And also the other book I wanted to recommend was a chapter book, and it's called The Strange Case of Origami Yoda. And this book is written by Tom Enkelberger. And it's a story about a kid named Dwight. And he's kind of an oddball. He sits with his friend Tommy at lunch, but he says a couple of things, and he wants people to call him Captain Dwight, and just kind of a little odd. Well, one day he makes an origami Yoda, and then the origami Yoda is able to mysteriously predict things that happen in their 6th grade classes. And Tommy has to investigate this mystery, whether Dwight is just making up a bunch of stuff, or is there really something going on with this origami Yoda. And I'll let you check out the book and let you find out what happens. And also, a fun part about this book is at the end, you can make your own origami Yoda. So, there we go. And thank you so much for joining me this month for a craft. I look forward to sharing another one with you soon. Have a good day. Bye.